Hey, it's Loki Waffles. We're back again with another video. Hi, thanks for coming back and thanks for watching. We're back in my little no stress sketchbook, and here I'm kind of just getting ready to start drawing. I have all my supplies set out, and we have these Corinne Brush Marker Pros that I'm using. I picked them up at Michael's the other day. They were running a buy two get three free. No, it was buy three get two free, and I thought that was a pretty good deal, especially considering these were $5 markers. So I technically got $25 worth of markers for 15, which was still outrageously expensive in my book. But these are very good saturated pigmented inks. They're kind of a little much for the sketchbook. They bleed through just like alcohol markers. I'm using a Talon's Art Creation sketchbook, by the way. But they work very well, and a lot better than the current Ohuhus I have for the sketchbook. For whatever reason, my Ohuhus, they're chisel tipped. They're really streaky on this paper, and I can't figure out why. It might be because of the slight texture, but I'm not sure exactly. I'm also using these Pentel felt tip pens. I have the brush sign pen and another one. I picked these up while we were on a trip a while ago. It was kind of in like this like convenience store. They were pretty cheap, which was why I got them. I like working with cheaper supplies. As well, I also have this random mechanical pencil I have lying around, and a kneaded eraser, and a magazine from our trip to Australia last summer. I'm drawing some Ramoon here. Ramune, I believe, is how I've seen people pronounce it. I'm not sure exactly. Japanese soda. We have a lot of those in the Asian store near our house, and me and my siblings love to go get them. I'm also drawing like the soda can. I was trying to correct how I drew that bottle because I had drawn the line like way too out of proportion, and I didn't like the way it looked. I'm also going to be using a lot of like gradient transitions throughout this video because it was a 30-minute long video originally, and I was not about voiceovering that one. Plus, I feel like you guys wouldn't want to see all the random boring stuff, so there you go. And as I've said before, this sketchbook's really supposed to be stress-free and just an outlet for my creative juices. Like, some days I want to draw something, even if I don't feel like I possess the artistic skill for it. So that's what a lot of the sketchbook is hopefully going to be, just an onset of creative juices or just doodles when I don't feel that creative. Because I feel like a lot of sketchbooks nowadays, there's a lot of pressure for them to be like really beautiful and aesthetically pleasing and just finished pieces within that. And I know everybody says this, but like, I want my sketchbook just to be a place to explore and be messy and be creative. Anything really finished I want to do, I'll just do digitally. For instance, I've been doing a lot of like perspective and landscape work digitally recently on my tablet, but I don't think I'd be able to do that very well in my sketchbook, so I kind of just stick to doodling random objects and maybe the occasional landscape, as you saw in the beginning when I flipped through the sketchbook, but not much beyond that. It's very simple, very laid back, very easy. I'm just taking it easy, really not trying too hard, just trying to get those creative like expressions and ideas out and on paper. Here you'll see me drawing my OC Iris. I love her. I have a lot of OCs, as I've mentioned before in the past video, and most of their lore is available on my Tumblr blog by the name Loki Waffles. I really enjoy her design. I enjoy drawing her. I'm not much for character design, really. I used to be really big into shape-based and cartoonist style of art. I'm still pretty cartoony, but I've leaned a little more towards being anatomically accurate to the best of my ability, or at least more manga looking. So I used to be really big into like shape art, and I think it's carried over a bit into this current style. Like, Iris was originally designed with the intent of being pretty pointy and like menacing, and she still is to some extent, but I also made her a bit softer because she's supposed to appear as this friendly, non-threatening type of character who, you know, she could never do anything wrong. I had a really fun time lining with these pens. I felt like the sound they made against the paper was really satisfying, and that's always a big part of what type of pens I will decide to use. Also, they were pretty, like, they didn't bleed through, they were very nice, so Pentel sign pens I would definitely go with. One thing I do notice, and later on you'll see it when I like color around this page, they don't go well with these markers, and I'm wondering if they're like not waterproof or there's something like alcohol ink in these brush marker pros that maybe just does not go well with this sort of ink. I'm not sure. I'm just finishing up on this page, lining her hair. I'm not really sure. I didn't have much of a goal to start out with this. I wasn't satisfied with the outcome of the ramen bottle, or ramune, in the beginning, but it kind of grew on me, especially after I fixed it using that can. Sketching just in pen is pretty, like, something I'm used to, because a lot of the times I'm just too lazy to pick up a pencil, and instead I'll just go straight in with a pen, because I'm very impatient like that. But unfortunately, that doesn't always lead to the cleanest or, like, best outcomes, and I'm never really satisfied when I do it like that. So I decided to go in with a pencil for Iris after failing a little bit. It wasn't much of a fail, but I just did not feel satisfied with that bottle and can. Here I'm going in with the brush marker. I have a primary color palette I was kind of aiming for. I really didn't stick to it. I used most of the blue, and then I used a little bit of the red later on, but these were really fun. They only bled a little bit through the paper, which was nice. The ink was very pigmented, very saturated, and it was just pure ink going onto the paper, which was very cool. Here's kind of where I figure out that maybe it isn't working too well. Yet right here when I go after the lettering, it did not work as well as I wanted it to, but it's okay. We had fun. I liked it. Here I'm also just trying to experiment with color. I love color blocking behind my sketches, especially like straight up ink sketches. It's always super fun because it's like, I don't know, it makes the white and the black pop a lot as well. So that was really enjoyable to do, and I'm just fooling around, having a great old time. We bust out our fancy magazine. So, funny story with this. Actually, this magazine I got from the super fancy Ibis Hotel. Now, it was the last day of our trip and we were done. we were super tired, and we were just going to a hotel to stay at for the night before we went to the airport in the morning. We were supposed to be staying at the Ibis Hotel, so we walk in and it's so fancy, and I'm surprised because we've been staying in pretty nice places for most of the trip, but this was like rich people nice. I mean, this was just one of their little like pamphlets they had, and this is the fanciest magazine I've ever seen, at least like a free magazine. So I was a little confused, but I was like enjoying it. I was like, dang, this place is nice. Come to find out, it's the wrong hotel, and we're actually supposed to be staying at the Budget Ibis Hotel, which was its actual name, which, hilarious. It was still a nice hotel. It was just not like the super rich hotel that we first walked into. So the family members I was traveling with, they weren't particularly thrilled, but I thought it was pretty funny. I thought it was hilarious, actually. And I was pretty jazzed to be staying in any place called the Ibis Hotel, because bin chickens are kind of my favorite bird. Here is where we draw the Leonardo Ninja Turtle, I believe. I got this random piece of graph paper, and the piano for the people kind of thing I chose from the magazine was, I don't know, on a whim. I kind of covered it up later, which is really sad because I really thought it was a neat looking piece of paper, but I couldn't really think of anything I wanted to do with it. So here we are. Leo has always been like the hardest turtle for me to draw for whatever reason. Mikey's been really tough as well, but Leo is just a whole other level, so I'm trying to get better at drawing him. Stylizing these guys is also pretty hard because of their like inherent super shapy design. This is the Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles variant of Leo, by the way. I love that show with my whole entire being. It is so funny, and I definitely recommend checking it out because it is a blast if you can find it, because before Paramount Plus came out, it was really hard to find this show for whatever reason. I'm hoping to also watch Monkey Kid one day, because that is made by the same animation studio, and purportedly it's very, like, maybe not similar in tone or anything, because it might be a little goofier, but I've heard that it's really good and along the same vein. So we've started lining him. I will not be using this doodle on this page because of how large he is. I still wanted to keep intact the piano for the people kind of flyer, so I will be drawing something else, but he will go on a different page. I also color him later, which was not my favorite thing I did, but we're good, we're fine. There's always more Leos to be drawn, and it doesn't matter that much. Now we're drawing one of them little, another fish, because on this channel, we are obsessed with drawing fish. And he's just a little dude. I wasn't thinking too much about it, but I make it into sort of a collage type piece, which is one of my favorite parts about this spread. Just going in with the lines, trying to figure out what I want. I was using a reference on Pinterest, but I didn't really stick to it that much. I like his super watery eyes. That's like really funny to me. Not funny. He's giving me like Wishy-Washy from Pokemon Sun and Moon. Y'all remember that? That's a good game. I enjoyed that game. I feel like that's the best Pokemon game to me. It's not everybody's favorite, but it was certainly a very good experience. I love the characters. I love the aesthetic of the game, just like the Hawaii kind of feel. And I loved just all the Pokemon in the game. Lycanroc, Wishy-Washy, Pikipek, they all hold a very dear spot in my heart. And the Elite Four, the gym leaders, oh my gosh. I could go on for ages about what a masterpiece Sun and Moon is. And I do believe, yes, that Team Skull is the best Pokemon team. I mean, besides Team Rocket, but that's a given. We're kind of sticking this guy down now. I got this like wavy pattern washi tape that I wanted to use, and he's kind of going on there. I love the texture on him. I love how scratchy it looks. I love scratchy art. Not necessarily sure if I want my like really finished pieces to look super scratchy, but Flesh PNG on, I think they're on Instagram. I'm on their Patreon. They're super awesome. So yeah, I'm sticking him down, gluing down the fish, the sardine, I believe he is, and I am also going to add a little text bubble with him. So you'll see me cutting him out like so. What I'm originally gonna write is like the life of a fish is filled with beauty or something like that, but I was like not thinking while I was writing, so I misspelled beauty. So instead I'm like, well, beauty doesn't really work, so I'll cut out another word from a scrap of magazine that I decided to use. So yep, I stuck it down, and I'm coming in with that marker and I'm gonna start writing. Do you guys like hearing me talk, or is it more of you like the parts where I'm not talking? Because we can arrange that if people like that more. I definitely enjoy narrating over my videos, but I am aware I'm not the most professional or scripted kind of channel. Also, you know what I would appreciate? Maybe something like a subscribe, or you can be your own person and just not. That's fair. Also, which one's your favorite Pokemon game? Comment below, because I would like to know. Is Sun and Moon a popular game, or is it just me? Because I know the anime wasn't super popular, but I also enjoyed that as well. So sorry. Just placing down some random scraps of paper here, as well as random text I found. I did draw another fish. I don't know, I should probably make some fish stickers. I think I said that last time, but I think I should. I have a bunch of Ninja Turtle stickers also up on my Etsy by the name Loki Waffles. You can find me at Loki Waffles pretty much everywhere. I do have a alt channel on this account where I post PMVs and little animatics, so there's a lot of that here. I also do all of my sketchbook videos on here. I'm trying to get back on track of doing those, maybe once weekly, I should think, if I don't have anything going on. And I am Loki Waffles on Etsy, as well as Loki Waffles on Tumblr, which is where I post a lot of my finished digital art, and I can also do a digital art vid here if anyone's interested. I really prefer to be doing sketchbook content, but you know, it doesn't hurt to be trying something new. So tell me if you want to see something, because I'm game. Right, we are approaching the end of our time together, friends. Unfortunately, very tragically, fear not, I shall make a return next week, I believe. Until then, may your travels be safe, and may your days be full of joy. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hanging. If you drew anything, I'd love to hear about it. Comments below, of course. If I'm super annoying, you can tell me that too. Thanks for watching. See ya!